Thanks for joining this webinar on standardized tests for undergraduate studies in the United States. This video is brought to you by the Education USA Advising Center in Belgium, which is part of Education USA, a global network of more than 450 information centers throughout the world. Our advising center, which is located at the Fulbright Commission in Brussels, offers information about undergraduate and graduate level studies and the other education and professional programs in the US. In addition to maintaining a large collection of materials from U.S. institutions, we also produce guides and other educational resources that help prospective students understand the American higher education system, admission requirements, application procedures, financial aid options, and other useful information that helps students prepare for their studies in the U.S. When we advise students on higher education in the U.S., we always begin by identifying the 5 steps to the U.S. study. In today's session, we will share with you the must-know information about the SAT and ACT exams, which most U.S. colleges require in order to enroll in an undergraduate program.
As part of the application process, most undergraduate programs require 1 or more U.S. standardized test scores. Your test scores, academic record, and other factors are used to predict how well you will do as a university student. The test scores are one way to compare students from the United States and international students from different educational systems. Belgian and Luxembourgish students wishing to enter an American college or university must arrange to take one of the 2 basic standardized tests by the last year of their secondary studies. These standardized tests, which are also required of American high school students, include the ACT and the SAT. Your scores on these tests will be considered by colleges in the admissions process, along with your secondary school records, your personal statements, letters of recommendation, and other application materials as well. Since both tests are universally accepted by universities in the US, students can usually choose which test to take. The SAT, or Scholastic Assessment Test, is a multiple-choice exam that assesses whether students possess the necessary verbal and quantitative skills to succeed in university-level studies. It assesses the students' skills in reading, writing, and mathematics. There is also an optional SAT essay for students applying to colleges and universities that want to see a writing score. Questions are multiple choice, and completing the test will approximately take 3 hours, plus 15 minutes for the optional essay. Both free and paid preparation materials can be found online. The registration fee for taking the general SAT is about $49. However, additional fees might apply, and these fees are always subject to change. The SAT with essay costs about $64. The SAT is owned and administered by the College Board and also administered by the Educational Testing Service, or ETS, on behalf of the College Board. The SAT general test is available worldwide. In Belgium, the paper-delivered SAT is offered year-round at the International School of Brussels or the Antwerp International School, and in Luxembourg at the International School of Luxembourg. In order to find a test date and to register, you will need to create a College Board account online and follow the instructions on the official website of College Board. Most colleges require you to take one of the most common tests, the SAT or the ACT. For the most part, admission tests like the ACT and/or the SAT are required of all foreign students. The most important thing to remember is not to worry too much about them, however. The results of these tests are only one element in your application. Admission officers realize that foreign students generally have lower verbal scores than American students and will be more interested in your academic results than in the results of these standardized tests. For the most up-to-date information about this test, please visit the website of College Board.
SAT subject test measures specific knowledge of a particular field of study. Unlike the SAT general test, it is used to highlight skills in a specific area and help you stand out from other applicants by showing how knowledgeable you are in a specific discipline. 20 SAT subject tests are available in the 5 general categories below, and they each consist of a different testing structure: English, history, languages, mathematics, and science. It takes about 1 hour to take each SAT subject test, and students can take up to 3 during a test period. In order to prepare for taking the test, you can find a list of both free and paid preparation materials on the official website of College Board. The SAT subject tests are offered at paper-delivered test centers in most countries at least 5 times each year. In Belgium, the paper-delivered SAT subject tests are offered at the International School of Brussels or Antwerp International School, and in Luxembourg at the International School of Luxembourg. In order to find a test date and to register, you will need to create a College Board account online and follow the instructions on the official website of the College Board. The registration fee for taking the test is $26 plus a fee of $22 per additional subject test. Please note that this amount is subject to change and that additional fees might apply. Depending on your area of study, some undergraduate programs will require or recommend that you take an SAT subject test for admissions consideration. For the most up-to-date information about this test, please go to the official website of College Board. The ACT or American College Testing assesses the students' skills in mathematics, reading, English, and science. There is also an optional writing test for students applying to colleges and universities that want to see a writing score. Students receive a composite score from 1 to 36 that takes the average of their 4 test scores. Questions are multiple choice, and completing the test will approximately take about 2 hours and 55 minutes and 3 hours and 35 minutes for long if taking the writing test as well. Both free and paid preparation materials can be found online. The registration fee for taking the ACT is about $150. However, additional fees might apply, and these fees are subject to change. The ACT with the writing test costs $166. The ACT is owned and administered by ACT, a non-profit organization that uses the same name. In Belgium and Luxembourg, the ACT exam is offered year-round at limited test centers. In order to find a test date and register, you will need to create an online and follow the instructions on the official website of ACT. More information about the ACT can be found on the ACT website.
Finally, let's review some key takeaways from this webinar. Find out which test scores are required for each program beforehand. Start preparation early and review the official website of the exam administrator. Try making use of free studying materials if available. Remember that exams can be taken multiple times, and important to remember is that test scores are only one factor of the admission process. For more information about higher education in the US, feel free to visit our website EducationUSA.be. If you have more questions and want to have more personal guidance, you are welcome to visit our advising center in the Royal Library of Belgium during open hours every Wednesday between 2 and 5 p.m. If you want to visit on another date and time, please contact us via EducationUSA.be. Thanks again for joining us, and as always, we wish you the best of luck in preparing your educational journey to the United States.